I mean, it's quite tough sometimes to differentiate between needs and wants. There's a thin line for a number of people.
Yes, and of course, especially for us women, it's more about, do I need this? Do I want it? Say, for instance, if I walked into a store and I saw a beautiful bag, I would ask myself, is this a need? Is it a want? If it's a need, I will take it. But if it's a want, that means I can walk away and come back later.
Beautiful. Now, tell us, how does that then relate to saving?
Okay, so a lot of times we are impulsive buyers. You see something and you're excited about it and you can't sleep. But you see, if there is one lesson I learned from COVID, it was that there are certain things that I do not attach value to. Especially when I looked at my closet with my shoes, my bags, and my clothes, not one for 2 years.
Interesting, quite interesting indeed. Now, again, related to, again, one of the key aspirations of this show, the issue of growing money. You've saved because you've not bought that other shoe or that other cool bag that you wanted. So how does that then feed into you growing the resources you have?
So then it gets me to think about the other things where I would actually make sure that my money is viable and is working for me. So when I walk away from thinking about the expenditure that is really a want and not a need, I'm thinking about what can I do with my money, finding opportunities for investments or even saving that is going to give me value on top of the current money that I want to save. Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, we tend to have the good discipline at looking for this money and then growing it to a certain point. Now, keeping it becomes again another Herculean task. And I mean, there's a lot of excitement that comes with money. I mean, many people would feel like this is the time to actually have a good time.
Of course, and it all still goes back to consumer behavior. What the people who produce these goods and services tell us is, you actually want this. There's something they pause on to you, so your brain just quickly tells you, I want this, I need this, but you actually don't. So I think that it's very important for us as human beings to think about our bigger picture. What is your dream that you want to build?
Okay.
Is it a dream of spending where it isn't really necessary, because at the end of the day, the money you spend doesn't come back? Or is it a dream of actually building wealth? So we must ensure that we are enticed by the value of building wealth, because if we've learned something from the COVID-19 experience, is, my dear, rainy days, no one.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And here again, we're committed. She mentions a very important point, growing wealth. Now, money is not wealth. It's what you use that money for that actually makes you a wealth person. Of course, among the aspects that are key to consider here are the investment vehicles available. Do you put some in heads of goats and cattle? Do you put some in brick and mortar? Do you put some in stocks, bonds, and the like? Now, continue watching the show, Man and Markets. We'll have that and more in our subsequent shows.